Happy Friday, guys. It's Richie back with another video. Today I got a Ford Escape here, and I'm going to share a little trade secret. This little guy, and I'm going to show you Forscan, or Forscan, I guess. Sounds kind of like Forescan. Go ahead and get the lap side of your system. This is actually some really decent software, and it is free. So let's get into it. Fuel rail system pressure too low. Pretty common on these. Fixed a lot of these in the past. This thing definitely has multiple layers of problems. Cold start fuel pressure performance bank 1. It's another one. Let's see, O2 sensor signal biased / stuck rich bank 1 sensor 1. So that's your air fuel sensor. Alright, so just to confirm the low pressure pump's good, I unplugged the high pressure pump, and I'll actually just look at the data PID for fuel rail pressure desired and actual, and you can see the actual pressure it actually has more pressure than it's even needing out of that low pressure pump. So we're going to call the low pressure pump good. These cars have two fuel pumps. Since they're direct injection, they require lots of pressure. So I'm going to plug this thing back in. Hear it click. Kind of sounds like a fuel injector clicking. And you will see the fuel pressure desired is 4,600, 5,000, somewhere around there, and the actual fuel rail pressure is 570, meaning that high pressure pump is obviously not doing its job very well. So that's it's definitely going to need a high pressure pump. And when I pull that thing out, I'm going to check the camshaft follower, because it is ran off the camshaft, and the follower sometimes will get damaged, and that is something you want to address while you have it on. So they actually have you can graph this under the oscilloscope mode, and you can see this is the desired fuel pressure. This is where it wants the fuel pressure, and you can see I'm just flatlined across the bottom here. That's actual in green. It looks really good on the laptop. They have a mobile software too that I've not tried yet, and again, this is free software. I do recommend every month you have to renew it if you don't pay for it, but I do recommend taking care of the developers on this. They did a really nice job with this software. Alright guys, here's that high pressure pump we diagnosed Friday. You can see where it rides on the camshaft follower is all destroyed. That's the old one. That's the new one. So you can see a clear issue there. And remember I told you to check that camshaft follower? Basically down in the cover, in the valve cover, down in this hole, you can see the camshaft lobe. There's a little bucket that sits on top of it. It's called a cam follower. And this thing, check this thing out. So that's the old one. And I'm not convinced these pumps actually fail by themselves. I think the cam followers fail from probably lack of maintenance, oil changes, things like that. And it wipes out the follower, and then it wipes this out, and your tolerances get wider and wider and wider there, and it just stops making fuel pressure. Here's the new one for comparison. I'm going to coat some oil on this thing and drop it back in the valve cover. Make sure it seats in there good. Slap the new pump on and go. Alright, we got the new fuel pump and follower in. I'm just going to confirm it's fixed. I'm going to use the Autel. It's just a little more portable than the laptop with Forscan. I'm just going to use the search function. If you guys don't use the search function on these scanners, you're playing yourself. I had an apprentice, I used to see him scroll for minutes trying to find, you know, a specific data pid. You can just use this little search thing here, type fuel. We got fuel rail pressure actual, fuel rail pressure desired. Click show selected, and you can see we're right where we need to be now. I just want to share with you guys one more thing. I don't know if you remember earlier in the video, it smoked a little bit from the exhaust because it was pinned rich. This long-term fuel trim after my test drive was at like 13, I think it was 13 something. It's coming down now after driving a few miles, and you can see my short term is down, you know, less than 5. Plus or minus 5 is okay on the short term. This will slowly go down. The long term, it's basically an adapted value. It's going to come down as you drive it some more, and that's in turn going to bring the short term down. And it's actually stopped smoking, so take a look at it. There's no smoke coming up the exhaust at all anymore, so I'm pretty happy with that. If my short term was like a 7 or an 8 or anything higher than that, I know the injectors are hanging open a little longer than they're supposed to, and it would be, you know, basically dumping fuel in, and there's probably another issue if that were the case, but it looks like we're right back to normal now. Alright, that's it. That Ford's fixed. You can see I got another one here. Starting to notice a trend with these things, but they're pretty easy to fix. If you liked what you've seen today, like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to posting some more videos. Thank you.